Good morning, class. How are you this morning? Very good. Now, let's stand up for the prayer. Okay, everybody sit down now. Who are absent this morning? Do you know why Hyla is absent? Okay. Maybe I'll just ask her parents for that. Our objectives of the day at the end of the lesson, the student should be able to identify the meaning of individual work and group activities. Second, appreciate the importance of individual work. Lastly, give some examples of individual work and group activities. What is our lesson yesterday, class? Very good. Does anyone can define what is audiovisual presentations and lectures? Is an example of teaching strategies and teaching arts? Can you give an example of audiovisual presentations and lectures? Okay, now, what is audio visual presentations? We will have a puzzle, so everyone will participate. Everyone will be given a word about audio-visual presentations. Example, write the missing word of each. Very good, class. Now, we will proceed to our lesson. Get your pen and notebook for our lecture. Does anyone know what is individual work? How about group activities? Okay, very good, class. Anyways, our lesson for today is about teaching strategies and teaching arts. Does anyone among you know what is individual work? Very well said. How about group activities? Okay, do you understand, class? Okay, so let's moving on our topic. First, let's define what is individual work. So, please read the slide, children. Let's define what is individual work. Individual work is by working alone. You can decide what to do and when to do it. Individual work also is better for a person to work alone for a task that require high concentration and focus. This is because group work can cause a lot of unnecessary interruptions by your team members. Individual work also is the state of flow can only be achieved when a person is working individually. Why is individual work important? Individual work important is you can decide work at your own pace, not depending on someone else. You can decide what to do when. And individual work important is knowing when to go alone and when to work together is vital for an organization. And individual work can also better for a person to work alone for a task that require high concentrations and focus. This is because group work can cause a lot of unnecessary interruptions by your team members. So, let's proceed to the advantages and disadvantages of individual work. First, you can work in your own pace, not depending on someone else. You can decide what to do when. Second, you can concentrate easier and work faster. If you are working on a familiar task, you can get it done quicker since there are no outside interactions and extra meetings. Third, you get the whole credit for the work you do since you are working alone. There will not be any situations where one does less but gets the same credit with others. 4. You get to make your own decisions. Fifth, you are the sole responsible for the job. If you fail, it's your fault. Six, you have to motivate yourself. There are no others to motivate you for getting things done. Seven, you can get bored working all by yourself. There is not anyone to talk to, share ideas with, or get help from. 8. When you are working alone, if you get sick or need to take this off, the work will be delayed because there won't be anyone to continue it for you. Do you understand my discussion, class? Okay, so I'll read the next slide, please. Okay, very good, Altaf. After participating in an art criticism session, for example, each student might be given a worksheet with several questions about a painting displayed at the front of the room and asked to discuss his or her personal response to the work. Each student then completes the worksheet and gives it to the teacher, who, after reading the papers, will provide general comments. So, this is also the example and scenario of individual work. During a visit to an art museum, children take a tour led by a museum guide. After the students have completed the tour and have asked questions, the art teacher can ask each child to take 10 minutes to select his or her favorite work in a large museum. This assignment might be restricted to one or two galleries, suggesting that the children copy the information from the label with the work. Make brief notes or sketches describing the work and be prepared to tell why they chose it. So, our next topic is group activities. Group activities means an activity or function of an artistic, cultural, or indoor sporting nature in which several members of a group of persons having interest in the nature of the activity participate either together or in subgroups or serially, whether as individuals or in teams. Group work also is simplified, defined as more than one person working together to complete a task or assignment. Group work also can be a good idea when you want to get your students to think harder and dig deeper, and when some variety in skill levels and ways of thinking about things can be a benefit to all. Group work can help student skills in listening to and respecting others' ideas, thinking about one problem in a variety of ways, getting to a deeper level understanding through having to explain a perspective and discuss it with folks different perspectives. Last, sharing knowledge and abilities to get a better hold on a problem than they could individually. Chanima, can you please read the slide, please? Thank you, Chanima. So, what is the purpose of group activities? Benefits for students. Properly structured, group projects can reinforce skills that are relevant to both group and individual work, including the ability to break complex tasks into parts and steps, plan and manage time, refine understanding through discussion and explanation. What is the aim of group activity in classroom teaching? Group activities can be an effective method to motivate students, encourage active learning, and develop key critical thinking communication, and decision-making skills.
Okay. Siti Reham, can you please read the slide? Okay, Siti Reham, thank you. So, this is the example and scenario of group work. In the art museum, children can be divided into groups of 3 or 4 assigned to particular works of art. The task for each group is to discuss the work by using strategies that they have learned in class and to report on the work to the rest of the class when they are back at school. The teacher can show the slide of the work while each group reports. So, class, do you understand my discussion for today? Okay, class. So, get your pen and answer these questions. What is the purpose of group activities and what is the importance of individual work? So, let's start. Time is up. Pass your paper in front of your classmates. Now, let us recall the advantages and disadvantages of individual work. Who wants to come in front and demonstrate it? Yes, Eli? Very good, Eli. Please answer this also. Direction, read and answer the following questions. What is the meaning of individual work? Second, what is the meaning of group activities? And the last one is, in your own word, what is the importance of individual work? Okay, class, this is your assignment and pass it on Monday. Give at least 5 advantages and disadvantages of individual work. Okay, class. Thank you for participation in my class and see you on Monday. Goodbye, class.